Hello and welcome to another episode of Mangusto Garage. Just when you thought we've done enough about Capris, here's another one. This is a 2 litre S Mark III. It's an English car that my friends brought over for restoration. I say restoration, it's in pretty damn good nick anyway. All original panels, but the inside of the door's gone. This wing has got a problem at the back, but we've done localised repairs before, and it's still come back because it does alas get used. And the most worrying part is there's rust in the roof. This is another reason why I hate Capri sunroofs. Not only are the mechanisms crap, but obviously they didn't paint the inside of the roof from the factory, so all the sunroof channels, so all you 2.8 owners out there, just think about how much rust is in the inside of your roof. Yeah, so the water gets in past the seal because England and rain, and then it goes along the roof rails, the sunroof rails, and it rots from the inside out. Hopefully it's just a little bit on this one, but it's screen out, obviously tailgate off, headlining down, the sunroof, the actual sunroof panel out, which I love doing them because they always go in really well, don't they? They never go in really well. So yeah, we got to take all that out and see from the inside just how bad it is. Other than that, yes, it's wing door, sort the roof out, a rear arch, and then the whole thing needs painting obviously after that. But it is a good car. It is a good car. Mark does love it to pieces, but he needs to stop using it in the wet, mate. Otherwise, well, you know, it's not going to last very long, really. 50-year-old steel and all that. So we'll get the wing off, and I'll get the headlining out, and we'll come back and we'll assess the knackeredness of it. So, boys and girls, it's got a bit involved, as you can see. So, yeah, the black 2 litre S. The wings off, which it had. It's quite funny actually because we thought it was rotting from the back, but it's in it. I said we've repaired the top corner a couple of times, and it's been waxed all quite heavily, as you can see. But once it's in it, it's in it. That's the problem with any old cars. So the condition of the shell. There's headlamp buckets. Nice, we like that. Is interesting. Point Mark II and Mark III headlamp buckets are not the same. As you can see, the shape here is quite straight. Mark II's are more of an angle like that. Just some sadness for you. The usual fucking malarkey going on here, where the A-pillar joins the inner wing. Little bit of there, but nothing that a grinder, and a little bit of stitching with the welder just to tidy it up a bit. Other than that, I mean, even the bulge at the bottom is good. Again, might need a little repair. I'll see if that's how bad this is in it. We will need to get all the rust out of it, which, as you know, with me is always the most important thing. So I might end up cutting that bit. We'll see how it cleans up. But other than that, very good in a wing, all nice and clean. Credit to Mark for keeping it wax oiled. Wish he'd stopped using it in the rain, but you know, there you go. The roof, so he's lucky it hasn't gone on the rails itself. I thought it was a little bit too far in, but the support piece that's underneath, which has got like various holes in it, it's just started on this corner here. What I'm going to have to do is probably get up through there with the drill and clean it off. We have got one bubble there, and I think the worst bit is on the other side. Underneath here you can actually feel where the support, there's like a double skin with some pre-formed holes in it, and that, yeah, one of the holes is sort of rusted, so we need to get in there, obviously cut that out. But I think we're going to get away with localised repairs on this, which is nice. That said, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's Capri sunroofs. Fucking weld it up and put a vinyl on it if it was me, but there you go. So yeah, so there's those two bits, just sorting out the repairs in the inner wing and the roof, and then we're going to have a look at the rear arch, but we're getting the interior out of it, because obviously I don't want to get welding splatter all over his nice fishnet Recaros that are underneath the covers there. So yeah, so do some of the repairs, and we'll report back, and you can judge my work. So, just as a little side note, I'll give you another reason why I hate Capri sunroofs. Not only are the mechanisms crap, but the fact that it rots the rear of the roof out over time. I mean, I know these cars are 50 years old, and you can't expect everything to last forever, but they'd last a lot longer if they haven't got a hole in the roof, okay, and then it's not painted underneath. So, A-pillar, right? If Ford, if that wasn't bad enough, the water drain hole, which goes from the windscreen, so any water that gets under the rubber goes out into there, which is why the A-pillars rot out here. Yeah, this starts to bulge up because it rots out from the inside, and the bit with the 3 lines in, that always rusts out as well. But the sunroofs, let's have a look at the water drain holes, the drain tubes. So there's one, look. Right, here we are. Can the camera pick it up? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, so there's your water drain hole, tube even, and it goes down the A-pillar. Yeah, down here. Where are we? There he is, just there, and goes and empties out into here. Where's it go? Where's the water gonna go? Where's it going? It's not magic, you know. This is. Oh, why? Why didn't they just, if they wanted it, just bring it down, and put a little hole there, have the tube coming out? No. We'll just make sure the A-pillar from the bottom rots out. Of course, you get moisture in there, and it affects the whole A-pillar. So I've got a couple of repairs to do here, and the rears are just as bad. They go down the C-pillar, and then come back, and then empty out into the rear of the sill. Obviously, there's no rust protection in there. So the fact that any of these cars are still alive, certainly English ones with sunroofs, which I believe after 84 all Capris had sunroofs in England, which is mindless optimism, but there you go. It's just amazing. So I'm sorry to rant on about how crap Capri sunroofs are, but they are. And this is, there's your proof, really. I mean, he's lucky that it's as good as it is. Oh well, on with the repairs. So, after the repairs, boys and girls, we had this section here, which was rusty. So, it had been repaired before, by the looks of it. But there's 2 sections here. This is part of the inner wing, obviously. Then you've got the headlamp bucket underneath it. So, the section was cut out to reveal the headlamp bucket had continued rusting. So we put a piece in the, if you can't quite see it, underneath there, lipping over, welded the headlamp bucket so the rust was cut out of that, and then we put a piece in there and then run a line of weld underneath to connect them together, so it's all nice and solid and rust free. If you're wondering why it's a funny colour, because I'm using that, it's primer, this is for gates, but it worked. So this car is now on the spectrum. Rest of the repairs, yeah, the usual section there. Again, cut all the gout out of it, and this was a bit funky here, so we just cut the lip off, which has started rusting, and I've just welded some plug welds in it, and then seamed it on the edge just to give it a bit of protection. The A-pillar repairs, yeah, all the rust was cut out, and I've zinced it. This is all zinc primer, so it's all looking pretty groovy, apart from this nonsense here. Oh, Capri sunroofs. I think I've probably moaned enough about them, but yeah, there we go. So what has happened is, this is the support section, because obviously the non-sunroofs, which don't rust, they have the bars, which are like sealed on. I think it's like windscreen sealer type stuff. Now, because it's got what they call a cassette, which is this section of the roof for the sunroof to slide into, this has to be reinforced. So what they did was they put like I think it's a double, or is it double, triple ribbed piece here underneath the skin, which is welded on probably in these corners and then spotted. But obviously they didn't paint it or treat it or do anything with it, so it's probably started rusting the moment it came out of the factory. I've seen this on Capri's loads. If it's not the wing rails that go back, I mean, they've got to be pretty knackered by then, and we were thinking this was the start of it. So it is and it isn't. This is the section which, again, I've seen this before. What do you do with it, really? Weld it up and put a vinyl on it? No, you can't put a vinyl on this. But yeah, so I think what we're going to do, I've got another roof section outside, and we're hoping it's not as knackered as this. Probably going to cut this here and then along to replace this entire section. I'm going to have to get pretty clever with a welder so as not to warp the roof. But yeah, it's getting pretty involved. It's a shame, really, because the rest of the show is absolutely fantastic. Original sills. It's had a rear quarter at some point in its life, I think, when it was, sort of a newish car. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the shell is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's one of them. We've been toying the idea of changing the entire roof, but it is a lot of work, and to get it as nice as that again is not easy, not simple stuff. So we're going to have a look tomorrow. I got to get this other roof skin in, and we'll see if this bit is better. So I expect if it is, we'll end up just cutting this section out, back, getting this whole support section out and the roof skin. I've got some jogglers, so I'll make it fit under to try and make it as pretty as possible. And yeah, hopefully that should fix it. Yeah, so next little clip should be me showing you the new roof section. So, continuing saga of the rusty roof, because it's got a sunroof. As you can see, we've removed a fair section of the roof, including the supporting panel that's sort of attached underneath. So if we go over to the bench, I can show you the problem. So here we have what would look from underneath if you could see past the cassette section. But yeah, all the way along on the inside. So just think, all you Brooklyns and 2.8 injection and anyone with a sunroof, really, just that's probably going on in your car. Ugh. But we have a better one. Obviously I can't see inside without taking the top skin off. If I take the top skin off, it's going to warp and stuff, so we're just going to have to... It looks good, doesn't it, if you look in comparison to the other one. I don't think we've got half the problems with this one. I think this car was off the road from the 90s, so it didn't see too much action on the outside. The car that this roof section has come from. So yeah, the only problem we've got obviously is getting, because this has to be where I've cut it exact. Well, if I turn it around you put it on, but that section has to be welded to where I've cut it out on the car to give it some strength, otherwise the fucking roof's going to flap around like that, which is going to be a bit of a bitch. But I got a belt grinder to get in there afterwards in case the weld isn't, because obviously I'm welding upside down, in case the weld isn't too pretty. But what I'm going to do is get my jogglers and put a step in all this, all the way around, and then it can fit underneath the old roof section, or the original, the section I've cut out. So it'll fit underneath the roof, and we'll get like minimal discrepancies with the height. So bit of a game, day's work really, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, just continuing saga of why I despise Capri sunroofs. So I'm just about to install the new repair section. I got all the rust out of it, thankfully, but yeah, it did. Well, as you can see, we've almost come to the end of the corners on both sides. Tricky bit is going to be getting this mating up. I've got it so there's literally probably less than a mil gap. It's pretty damn exact. It's taken a while, but we got there. As you can see, I've cleaned all this off and got absolute shitload of zinc all the way in the inside as well. So yeah, it's just a matter of fitting in. I've got the jogglers in there on them, so we got a step. I'm gonna have to weld this very carefully so as not to warp the get your finger over the camera, so as not to warp the roof. I have drilled some holes in it here, all the way along, 6 holes. So I'm gonna get it into position, drill holes in this to pull it tight so that the sunroof doesn't catch. I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't anyway. It's just yes. So I'll get it in position, get it welded up, and then you can come back and judge my efforts. So boys and girls, we've got the new section welded in. There is a bit of I don't know, there's a little bit of unfortunately you're always going to get a little bit of warpage with welding panels onto such an area, but I think we should have got away with it. Obviously the next thing is to put the sunroof in and make sure it winds back without scratching the buggery out of itself. I managed to get some welds on the inside of the support panel, so yeah, we can but try. And then it's a bit of fiberglass filler and then a skim of normal filler on the top. So yeah, we'll put the sunroof in, and everyone keep your fingers crossed. So the time has come after the repair to the roof. I don't know if I showed you the section, the roof we cut out, but it started bubbling on the outer skin. I think I might have seen you, but anyway, we'll recap. And it was the actual support section underneath that was rusty, so I managed to cut out to where the rust ended, and I'll replace the support section underneath and the outer skin. So it's time to see whether the sunroof is, 1, going to work, and 2, if it does work, is it going to scratch the buggery out of the paint like they usually do. So I know they're adjustable in the height, but we might get away with it. Now I've put it in, so this is its first time. So what I'll have to do is just stand up here. Where's the winder? Oh, it's there. Okay, so I'll put the winder on. So let's try and move it back. For those of you who've never taken a Capri sunroof out, there's the two screws at the very back here, which I'll go reverse the way of putting it in. So you've got a little switch just underneath the aperture for the handle, and when that's up, the sunroof will tilt. But when you need to take the sunroof out, it will come so far and then go up into its natural position. You need to take the rails out either side, obviously, and then you lift it up as like this and wind it forward, and that allows you to get to the 2 screws, and then you take the sunroof panel out. So we're going to go opposite way, see if it goes in. I think it looks like it's had a new seal, which is nice. So we're there, so just flick the switch so it moves into the go back position, if that's what it's called. Oh, looking good. I'll keep a bit of pressure on it because it doesn't have the guide rails fitted at the moment. I think we have. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. Has it on scratch? I can't hear any noises. So, there. Okay. So now the moment of truth. Winding it back forward. It seems to be a bit closer this side than that side. Again, like I say, it's not got the guide rails on it. Keeping a bit of pressure down on it. Wow, I think we got away with it. So there we have it. And look at that, it all fits on the corners, all the seals are good. So that's a happy sunroof. So I think we'll call that success. So make sure you join us for the next episode when I'm going to put the wing and the door on, and I think it's just prep it for paint then really. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because the guy who edits the videos and is our production manager, he likes his algorithms. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe and share it with all the Capri heads. So we see you next time.